let's get right to it. So in a previous lesson, we learned some notes on the first string. We learned C, D, E, F, G, and A. Let's extend it a little bit. Go 2 frets up and we get B, and 1 fret up and we get C again. So there we have the complete C major scale on one string. Now, let's pay attention to the numbering, right? C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, G is 5. We're really interested in the 1, the 3, and the 5, because that's how you make a major chord, the 1, 3, 5. So, for example, if we look at our open C major chord, right? This is G, C, E, and because we have 4 strings and only 3 notes, we have to duplicate one. In this case, it's a C again. Let's look at the bar chord version, which we learned previously. Okay, here I've got a C, an E, a G, and then a C again. Now, in order to turn a major chord into a minor chord, I have to take the 3 note, which in this case is this E here on the 3rd string. Let me get these other fingers out of the way. And I have to take that 3 note right here, and I have to lower it by 1 fret. Now clearly I can't do that very well, so instead I'll do it that way. Then I'm going to put my C note back again here on the 4th string. I have C minor. Now this is a pattern we already know. In a previous lesson we learned B minor, right? But because all 4 strings are fretted, it's a movable position, a movable chord, a closed chord. So C, move it up 2 frets, it's D minor, move it up 2 frets, it's E minor, and so on up the neck. So one reason we want to know what these notes are is because it's going to help us find where the chords are. So we've just got a few shapes and we can just move them up and down the neck and get all kinds of different chords without having to learn different finger patterns. There's another reason. Let's go back to that C major bar chord. Okay? The note on the 1st string is a C. The note on the 4th string is a C. In fact, because I have a high G, it's literally the same note. If you have a low G, it'll be an octave lower, but still a C. Okay? So 1st string and 4th string. So if I have a note here, I go 2 frets over and to the 4th string, and it's the same note. Right? Doesn't matter where I do it at. So now, by learning a few notes on the 1st string, I've also learned a bunch of notes on the 4th string. So far, so good. Now, we've done this major scale pattern up 1 string on the neck. So let's start on the D note right here. Right, that's our same pattern. Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. But doing it up 1 string is useful because it really shows us that pattern very clearly, but it's not the most useful thing for playing. So let's learn it on multiple strings, like this. Okay, here's the pattern I'm going to use. I'm going to start here on the 3rd string. I'm just leaving this 4th string out of it. Okay, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 5. I said 2, 3, 4 again, didn't I? It's 2, 3, 5, 2, 4, 5. Okay? And we can hear that it's got the same sound, right? So I'm going to finger this using that 1 finger per fret rule, but I'm going to start here on the 2nd fret. Right? So I'm going to finger it this way. I'm just using the thumb on the right hand because I don't want to have to think about what the right hand is doing. Right? And you should practice this scale pattern with the metronome at a comfortable tempo where you're not making a lot of mistakes. Why should I practice a scale pattern? Finger dexterity. It's good for you. Okay? Now, the reason I picked this D major scale, most everything that I do I've done using C major. Why did I pick D major? Because D major has no open strings, which means it's movable. So if I start here, this is a D, right? This is an E, right? If I start here, follow the same pattern, then I have an E major scale, okay? So that will train the fingers, especially the ones on the left hand, give them more dexterity, get us used to fingering notes, get us used to finding notes in different places. Now, here's another thing. I just told you this was a D note. Now, where's D on the first string? Right there. So if I have a note on the first string and I go 3 frets back and down to the second string, I get the same note. Now, it's an octave lower, but it's still the same note. So on the first string, if I go 2 frets forward, I can go to the 4th string and get the same note. Or I can go 3 frets back and to the 3rd string and get the same note, just an octave lower. Okay? So just by learning these notes and 2 little patterns, I now have the notes on 2 other strings. Remember, we want to understand the instrument. Can you play without knowing theory? Sure. Can you play good music without knowing theory? Yeah. Can you play better and create better chord arrangements if you know theory? I think so anyway. Right? So there we go. A little bit of music theory. Hopefully it was painless. And you know what I'm going to say next? Get your ukulele and play. That's the most important thing. Play lots. And I will see you next time.